Okay, now we'll see the addressing modes of 8051 microcontroller. Right, addressing modes of 8051 microcontroller. Right, so addressing modes of 8051 controller. So, right, we have a different types of addressing modes are there in 8051 controller. You can see one by one. That is immediate addressing mode, second one is the direct addressing mode, third one is the register addressing mode, fourth one is the register direct addressing mode, and fifth one is the indexed addressing mode. These are the five different addressing modes we have in 8051 controller. Right. So we already know that what is the addressing means. Is simply right how operand is accessing or how controller is accessing source data. Right. The mode of addressing is different in different instructions. Right. So normally what microcontroller is there. Right. So microcontroller, if for example it want to perform some task, some task, right? While executing arithmetic and logical operations, right? Arithmetic and logical operations, right? So for example, it is going to be executed this particular instruction, move a comma s44h, for example. This is the data. As symbol is here is there. Move a comma s44h it want to execute. To execute this particular instruction, if you look at this particular instruction, what is the operand? Move. Opcode is move. Operands are a comma 44h. Right. These operands. This one is the source data. This one is the destination. This one is the destination. To move this particular data to the destination, right? So controller has to access this particular data. That means to get some data into the destination, controller has to access or it has to address or it has to refer some location or direct data or numericals to get data to the accumulator, right? Like that, for example, add a comma ఏం చేస్తున్నారు
క్లాస్ అవుతుందా
right. So now you can see this add a comma, for example 44h is there, right? If 44h is there, what will happen? This 44h will add it to the accumulator. Result is going to be stored in accumulator, right? In any instruction, opcode, depending upon the opcode, operation is going to be takes place. But for doing source move or add or something, it has to look at the source data, right? This source data may be available immediately in the instruction itself, as like these instructions, immediately data is available in the instruction itself, or while doing this particular ALU, arithmetic logical operation, it has to look inside any one location of the registers, general purpose register, that is R0, R1, R2 up to R7, or it has to look into the register B, or it has to look into the any location of the RAM, any location of the RAM, that is from 30H to 7FH, 7FH, any location, right? So that means what, to access or to perform any task by the processor inside in the ALU, sorry, processor inside in this microcontroller, right? While executing this particular microcontroller, for the source data, it may available immediately in the instruction itself, or it may available in the any one register, or it may available in this particular RAM location to perform this particular task, right? So like that we can see different examples like here, very simple for understanding. Immediate addressing mode example, for example, same example, move a comma as 44H, then what will happen, hash is there means it's immediate data, 44H it directly move to the accumulator, immediately move to the accumulator, right? That is the reason this mode of addressing for the source data is called as the immediate addressing mode. If we see direct addressing mode example here, right, move a comma 55H, for example. Here what is the difference between this particular two instructions? Here hash symbol is there, here hash symbol is not there. If hash symbol is not there means what? This is not a data. This is the address location of this same example I am explaining here, right? Move a comma 55H, 55H, right? Then what will happen? 55 will not move to the accumulator, right? This is the RAM location. Whatever the data present in this RAM location, 55th RAM location, if for example 02H is there, this 02H will move to the accumulator. See the difference between this particular two instructions. This is immediate data, immediately as symbol is there means 44H only will move to the accumulator, right? Here move a comma 55H I written means this 55H is not data which is going to move to the accumulator. This is the address of the RAM location, whatever the data present in this location will move to the accumulator, right? For this is called as the direct addressing mode. 55H will not move to the accumulator. Whatever the data present in this location will move to the accumulator. For example, if you write instruction like this, move a comma for example 22H, then what will happen? Whatever the data present in 22H RAM memory location, for example here 34H is there, this 34 will move to the accumulator, right? So this is the way, if as symbol is not there means this is the RAM location. Whatever the data present in this RAM location will directly move to the accumulator. That is the reason. So while executing this particular instruction, right, for the source data, controller is accessing one location in the RAM. That is the reason that is called as the direct addressing mode, right? If you see register addressing mode example here is what, move R1 comma R2, right? We have two registers, general purpose registers are there, R0 to R7, right? We can move data from one register to another register. Here source register is the R2, right? Whatever the data present in the R2 will move to the R1, right? Like that, different examples you can write. Move R0 comma R7, right? This is the source register. The data present in the source register will move to the destination, that is R0. Data will move to the register like this, R7 to R0, move, right? So register source is, while moving data from source to destination, processor is addressing one register. That is the reason this is called as the register addressing mode. So other one, register direct addressing mode. Example here I am writing, move a comma, for example, at the rate of R1, right? I am giving example here very clearly, right? Move a comma at the rate of R1 is there means right? If there is no at the rate, move a comma r1, then what will happen? R1 data will move to the accumulator. Move to the accumulator. This is the register addressing mode. But at the rate is there means if R1 will contain 44H, right? While executing this particular instruction, this is thing is going to be happen. For example, before execution of this instruction, R1 has a 44H, A has a some data. Then after execution of this instruction, what will happen? Indirect. This is R1 data. Whatever the R1 data, that is going to become the RAM location. Right? So in this RAM location, 44H RAM location, whatever the data is there, for example 05H is there, this 05H will move to the accumulator, right? For example, if you write move a comma at the rate of R3, right, then what will happen? Before execution of this instruction, if R3 is 48H is there, then what will happen? After execution of this instruction, whatever the data present in 48H RAM location, for example this is the 15H is there, this 15H will move to the accumulator, whatever may be accumulated data before execution of this instruction. The data which is pointing by the R3 data is pointing to the RAM location. That RAM location data will move to the accumulator, right? So like that is the register direct addressing mode. Another one is we have is indexed addressing mode. This is like move a comma a plus at the rate of a plus dptr. For example, here is the accumulator data plus dptr is going to be added. That RAM location data will move to the accumulator. Right? So this is the example of indexed addressing mode. Like that, 5 addressing modes are there in 8051 microcontroller based on how controller is addressing for the source operand. Based on that mode we are going to call as the immediate addressing mode, direct addressing mode, register direct or indexed addressing mode, right? These are the different addressing modes of 8051 microcontroller. Thank you.